All right, Patreon people, it's time for another episode of Behind the Blue. Today, we're going to talk about my Dawnblade Attunement of Grace video titled, I'm So Graceful. We're going to dive into a live commentary where I am collecting clips to use in the video and talking about what that clip collection process is like, and then we are going to go back into the editing software to talk about the finished product, what I liked about it, what I didn't like, and where it can be improved. Now, let's get started. Now, the hardest part about this series of edits that I want to make is that I want them to be almost completely seamless. So it's going to be very difficult for me to edit around things and kind of use random cuts because I want everything to flow really fluidly. Because like right now, I don't have a grenade, so I can't actually create the scene that I want to create of a fluid transition from one place to another. Because like I'm using the gameplay as an editing mechanic, so it's not the same as just doing a simple cut of where, like one cut that's very common in video game editing is using a reload animation to transition to a new scene. Okay, I destroyed him. That was big. That's what she said. So a very simple edit that comes up a lot in gaming is when you do one action, you use that action to transition to another scene. And I'll show some examples of that. But because I want to use walking through the grenade as a transition, if I don't have two grenades ready, then I can't make the transition. So this may end up not working out exactly the way I wanted to, but we did a really good job in that lost sector. So as we're gonna go into another one and try to get some more sequences like that, where we throw down the grenade, we kill a couple guys, we throw down another one very quickly, and then we walk through it. So we want to have this very fast-paced energy to it, because the song that we're using, it's not the fastest song in the world. It's not rock and roll or anything. It's kind of modern classical a little bit, but it's got a nice rhythm to it. It's got a forward momentum to it that I want to preserve in the clip. So I never want there to be that much dead time on screen. So let me just go ahead and get my grenade back by kicking these guys in the face. I don't have enough super energy to kick anyone else. Yeah, I don't have enough super energy. Well, I can still kill a few guys, and Demolitionist will give me my grenade back. And probably by the time I get in there, then I will have the grenade back anyway. So it should be fine like this. So yeah, this is a very complicated edit, and it's probably going to take me about 30 minutes to finish recording everything. But the amount of clips that I actually need only take up about 20 seconds. So that's kind of fun how that works out. So let's go ahead and stop the music. I was just listening to it to keep the rhythm in my head. Now, I really hope I have two grenades right now. I feel like I should just check before. I have to turn the HUD back on in order to see it. I do have two grenades. So, okay, so assuming I don't... No. Assuming I don't mess this up, then this will be great. So, go ahead and turn the HUD back off. Wait for that to go away. So it's going to be the same thing. As soon as that goes away, we enter through the grenade, kill some guys, and then we exit through the grenade. So now I have to kind of get my grenade back in this area. Again, the Demolitionist on my weapon is giving me grenade energy every time I kill something. So at this point, I probably have one grenade. I want to kick somebody in the face so I get another one. And then we can create another action sequence in a different room. I may not have enough super energy to actually kick someone right now. This is one of the biggest struggles of doing these types of recordings is not actually being able to see my HUD, so I don't know how much ability energy I have. I don't know if I have the right tools available. I just kind of have to go based on feeling. But there's a lot of stuff in Destiny right now that makes this particular series of edits a lot easier. So this next room has got these butchers in it. Butchers, they're called gladiators. And they're running away. They're messing up the clip already. All right, let's go ahead and kick this fool. Okay, so now I have two grenades right now, so this is perfect. I'm going to leave the room and come back because I want to reset that. I was hoping that the gladiator would have stayed, and I would have been able to just go in and start shooting him right away. But he moved, so that was unfortunate. He kind of ran deeper into the room. So let's try it again. I really like the lighting in here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just stand here. Go away, go away. Go away, back away. Back away. He's not going to back away. Okay. He's very aggressive. He doesn't want to back away. So I got to just kind of flow with this. Okay, I'm going to wait for him to do his attack. Damn it, I got a blue item. Blue items are the bane of my existence when I'm doing these recordings because there's no way to remove them from on screen. So if I pick one up while I'm going through a particular motion that I want to use, then it just completely ruins the take. And the funny thing is, this is something that I've had to deal with in real life as well, because I used to do a lot more street photography in New York City, and you know, sometimes people are just walking around and they walk in front of your shot and it's like, oh, there's no problem, but you know, secretly I'm upset because they messed up a really good picture that I could have taken. But it is what it is. So I'm going to go into this next room and I'm going to use this room to capture, or to kill myself. I'm going to use this room to capture another sequence of events. And what's cool about the room that I'm going into is we have a lot of enemies to play with, but what is annoying about this room is the boss shoots those big blinding grenades, so I have to kill him before I actually start recording stuff. Okay, there we go. The boss is dead, so now I can really have some fun here. Okay, guys, I'm gonna need you all to chill. So what I'm gonna do, charge up the grenade, kind of see what's happening. Let's do it like that. And now let's charge another one, and we're gone. So let's remember that, right? I threw the grenade at my feet, and then I was backing away a little bit, and then we can kind of move forward and do some shotguns in a different area. So for now, what we're going to do is go to a completely different planet with a completely different vibe to it. So one of the lost sectors that I think is going to go really well with the transitioning to new areas style is in the Sunken Isles, and it is called the Quarry. The one that we're in now, the name is not important. Let's just call it the red lost sector. The one that we're going to is a little bit green. So there's going to be a color shift when we transition from the red lost sector to the green lost sector, and that's going to make the transition pop a little bit more. And that should look cool, because I really want to convey this notion that every time I walk through one of my healing grenades, it's teleporting me to a new area. Even though that's not what they actually do, that's what I want them to convey. So we're going to the EDZ. We are coming in for a landing. This is going to be exciting. I'm excited. And by the way, this is my second recording session of these clips. And the first time I did this recording session, I didn't have the cadence right. I wasn't calling out my grenades fast enough. So I wasn't able to really edit around the beats per minute of the song. So that's why this time I keep having to, every time I go into a new area, I press play on the song so I can remember, okay, this is a fast and upbeat song, so I've got to be quick about how I kill. I only have a few seconds to really throw grenade, get a couple kills, then throw another grenade. It's very quick. Now, one thing that I haven't thought completely about is how I want to open the video, but I'm thinking I want to open it up with a grenade throw. So maybe right now I'm going to try to do the opening to the video. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to walk up with a grenade, and then I'm going to throw it, and then I'm going to start killing. There I go, killing again. And now we transition again. Now we're a little bit stuck here because I don't have grenades, but that's okay. But we've got a lot of stuff to play with right now, and that's what we're looking for with these clips. We're looking for things that we can play with. So I'm going to use this guy to refresh the grenades. We've got a little bit of a visual glitch there. Thankfully, I wasn't doing anything super awesome and cool. So now that we have both of our grenades ready again, I can start playing around. We've reset the scene. Got some dogs chasing me. There's usually guys over here, but there's no guy. Maybe they'll spawn after I kill these guys. I don't want to throw a grenade right here because the next room has some really cool stuff that I can manipulate. Okay, yeah, so here's the enemies. Okay, I'm going to use these guys to get some stuff. This time, because I've been doing a lot of the throw grenade at the feet, I want to run through this next grenade. So I'm going to throw it out like that, and I'm going to slide through it. Throw another one. That throw wasn't the best. I should have thrown that a little bit farther ahead of me, but I can still probably work it pretty well. So I don't actually want to kill these guys. I want to use them for a clip, but I have to go reset my grenades before I do it. So I'm going to run ahead in the lost sector and then get some kills and get some grenade resets. Then I'm going to come back. I may not have enough super energy to actually do this. All right, I got enough for one. Let's go kick this guy in the face. And then, hey, you don't smack me. I'm supposed to be doing the smacking here. Okay. It's just, there we go. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Okay, now I can run back out and try to get the sequence of actions. Now the reason I want to use this stretch is because it has a lot of forward momentum that I can play with. So I'm gonna reload my gun. And I'm going to do another walkthrough with the shotgun. So I'm going to charge it up, throw it down. Actually, I'll do a sprint through. I threw it a little bit too close again. I keep kind of messing that up. All right, because all right, actually, there's a lot of enemies here. Maybe I don't need to reset the lost sector, but I do need to reset my grenades. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out and reset my grenade one more time and try not to muck this up so badly. I'm wearing an exotic chest piece called the Starfire Protocol, and while I'm standing in an empowering rift, which I'm doing right now, and I'm damaging an enemy, it gives me grenade energy. So I just need to shoot these guys for a little bit, and after enough shots, I'll have both my grenades back, and I probably have them both now. So I can go out and I can try this one more time, try to get it right. So note to self. Throw the grenade really far ahead of yourself so you can actually run through it. Don't be stupid. Oh, the butcher's coming. Okay, he's not going to come past that line of scrimmage. This is perfect. All right, so I'm going to throw it down. I just want to sprint through. Now I got like that, like that. Like that. That's kind of what I wanted to do. There was a little bit of a hesitation there, which I don't know how much I liked it. So maybe the other clips that we got will work, but just in case, I wanted to try and get that right one more time. All right, now we are back inside the editing software Vegas Pro, and it's time to talk about the finished product. This was a video that I was simultaneously happy with and very frustrated with. It wound up not being everything I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a lot more beautiful, a lot more polished, a lot cleaner, and a lot more of a cinematic experience, but it wound up just being a good video with a couple of good edits in it, and it was nice. But I don't ever want to just make a nice video. I want every video to be great and to be absolutely fantastic, and I'm super happy with it. But it just doesn't always work out that way, and that's okay. And that's a really nice part about the creative process is sometimes things don't work out exactly the way you want them to, but that just means you can try again next time. So a pretty good indicator for me that I wasn't incredibly happy with the way this video turned out is the fact that I never had a moment of gameplay and music with no talking, which is typically what I refer to as the cinematic section. So when I was piecing things together, I never felt like there was a section that was visually strong enough to stand on its own without having dialogue in it. So that was very disappointing, but the silver lining for me was that I was able to create some of the transitions that I wanted to create. So if you'll remember, we were in that red lost sector on Mars, and the idea was I wanted to go through the healing grenade and use that as a transition point into a new area. And that transition point would bring us into a green colored lost sector, and it worked out perfectly. It looks really beautiful. So just going from one area to the next is very as close as you can get to seamless, and it happens so quickly that even though there are some minor discrepancies in the positioning of the shotgun, it's still it works out. It works out. When you play it at full speed, you don't even really notice the discrepancy in the positioning of the shotgun. Now, the main reason I didn't feel confident in just letting the clips play without having dialogue over it is because I wasn't able to get the cadence of my shotgun firing and my movement exactly in cue with the music, so the visual experience didn't feel engaging enough. Because there's a very fine line between just having clips and music on screen at the same time versus having meaningful clips and music on the screen at the same time. And for this video, I felt like I didn't have enough meaning in the clips to justify just having the clips and the music. So it wasn't as cinematically powerful as I wanted it to be, despite the fact that the transitions were good. So let's give the clip a watch with just the music, just to kind of appreciate the song, because I still think this song is fantastic, and maybe one day I'll use it again and give it the justice it deserves. And there it is. And one more thing that I was able to do was continue the editing trick of walking through the grenade and transitioning to a new area in the information section of the video. So at this point, I was talking about the Dawn Blade and the Attunement of Grace and how it works. And then there was a healing grenade that I threw at one of my teammates. He picked it up, and I was also going to pick it up. So we run through it. And then boom, we blend into another scene. The blend wasn't that great because I had a bow in the second clip, but in the first clip I had a hand cannon, so it wasn't as seamless as before, but it's still continuing the visual narrative and the visual consistency from what we had at the beginning. So that was nice. But overall, I want to do a better one, man. I want to do a better one. So hopefully before the month of November is over, I can go in and really make a Destiny video that I'm blown away by, that hopefully you guys will be blown away by as well. And I've been mulling around with another series of ideas that I think will work out a little bit better. And you know, it's always unfortunate when, because here's the worst part about this. I have been listening to this freaking song on repeat for weeks, and I envisioned this video being so much better than it wound up being. And that kind of sucks that the finished product is just not as great. You know, it's like when you have a crush on a girl and you finally work up the courage to talk to her and you find out her breath stinks. That's basically what ended up happening with this video. It just didn't pan out the exact way that I wanted it to, but that's okay. I learned a little bit of something about how to do this transition of going through this healing grenade and using it so aggressively to try and create a long continuous set of clips. And that's something I really want to play with, that long. Here's what I'll describe it as. One of my favorite shows on Netflix is The Crown. It's the show about Queen Elizabeth when she was younger or something. It's based on the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, the whatever. I don't know that much about it, but I think the show is really awesome because it insists upon itself. It knows that it's this freaking beautiful visual experience, and sometimes they will have long stretches of like a full 2 minutes where nobody says anything, but they're just going through visual storytelling, and it's insane. It's completely ridiculous, and the show feels more pompous than the British elite. You know what I'm saying? So I want to capture a little bit of that insistence upon myself. I want to capture a little bit of that essence of, oh yeah, these clips are really good, and I want you to watch them, and it's going to be kind of long, so get ready. I want to capture a little bit of that feeling, but not too long. Like let's not get carried away. I'll never put 2 minutes of no talking in a video. That's absurd. But 30 seconds is kind of pushing the upper limit of action and music and not talking in the video. So for me anyway. So I'm going to try and get another one churned out before the end of November. Got a couple of days left in the month, so stay tuned for that. And there's, of course, going to be more Final Fantasy XIV content as well. I've been working on a tank tier list, and I love making tier lists, and I love watching other people's tier lists, so it'll be fun to make my first tier list. So this is going to be exciting. A lot of good stuff coming in the future, so stay tuned for that. As always, thank you again very much for providing your additional support via Patreon. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.